say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Order. Hold. March time. March. Right turn. March. Forward. March.
Please be seated.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Forsyth Technical Community College, I would like to welcome you to our Celebrating Women's Veteran celebration. So we're here today to acknowledge and celebrate women as a vital part of armed forces and the larger community of veterans. Although women have served formally under military command since the early part of the 20th century, participation in America's conflicts goes back to the Revolutionary War. As we recognize women's important contributions, let us not only thank our female veterans, but actively demonstrate our appreciation today and going forward.
Okay. Y'all know this technology, okay? What we're going to do at this time is we're going to honor our different armed services with the playing of their armed service song. So when you hear the presentation of your service song, please feel free to stand on your feet. Thank you.
And the army goes rolling along. Round the ball we
any louder, so. Huh? You want me to try it again? Try it. See, it won't go any louder.
My name is Francesca Lineberry. I am a mom. I have 5 children. My youngest is 6 weeks old.
I'm Cindy Hanna. I'm a LEAS coordinator and data analyst in the College and Career Readiness Program on West Campus.
I'm originally from Sacramento, California, and I resided here in Winston-Salem.
I'm Debbie Hooser. I'm the budget coordinator here.
And I'm Diane Mounts. I manage training, and I work closely with Debbie on the budgets for the training.
I was in the Navy. I first went in February of 1973, and I got out in December of 1976. And I stayed out a couple years, and then I went back in from 1979, and I retired December of 1995.
I was in the Marine Corps.
And I was in the Army.
I served for 4 years in the late 1970s.
She's older than I, so I served in the 80s.
I went in the military for my GI Bill. I went in 99, April of 99, and I served 8 years active duty Marine Corps.
I had one of my uncles was in the Navy, and I always wanted to be like my Uncle Bill. And all through high school, when everybody was taking the test to go on to college, everybody, what do you want to be when you graduate? And I said, I'm going in the Navy. And everybody just laughed and blew it off. And then when I went in the Navy, everybody was really surprised. But I loved it.
My mom told me I had to get a job or she was kicking me out of the house. So I got a job and left.
I joined because I wanted to serve my country. I was adopted, and I was grateful for being an American citizen, so my choice was to serve the military. I wanted to give my life back to where I am now.
I wanted to be independent. I thought I would get to travel and see the world. And additionally, the education benefits of the GI Bill were appealing to me.
My second enlistment, I enlisted after 9/11. I was in when it happened. And I had a kid already. I enlisted. I re-enlisted. I promised another 4 years, knowing we were at war. And during my enlistment ceremony, they asked me, why? Why? You're a young mom, you've got a little girl at home that needs you, you could get sent off to war? It's the best place I could be to protect her. There was no other place that I could see that I could keep her as safe than right there.
We broke a lot of barriers. Women were first accepted in the Marine Corps in 1918, but it wasn't until 1978 till they appointed the first woman Marine general. So it took 60 years for women to reach the rank of general in the Marine Corps.
Being a woman in the Marine Corps, we're a minority. It's a little more difficult, but the job I was in, there was lots of us, so I was never isolated.
The male Marines tended to view the female Marines, the women Marines, as inferior.
You have to be prepared for everything. When we find out that we have to be deployed, you have to be mentally ready to be for combat.
To mix in women in a combat situation, not just out in the field, but in an actual combat situation. As a woman, I want to say, oh yay, great, everything's opening up, it's equal, and as a Marine, and as a Marine that knew quite a few combat MOS people, no, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't. That's my honest opinion. I know it's not politically correct and it's not what everybody wants to hear, but I don't think it's a good idea.
That I'm a little bit mixed on. I'm not sure. I think some can do it.
Now, I have mixed emotions about that. I think women are certainly capable. You know, we as women are resilient, we're strong, we go above and beyond. You know, we're certainly capable. However,
I'm just not really sure. I think there's just too much right now that's going on, and I don't think we're really quite ready for it yet.
I had a platoon sergeant talk down to me, said there was no place in the Army for women, and he kept giving me, you know, telling me stories about how women had lost their children and what had happened to them personally, and he kept giving me jobs that were demeaning. And so I finally spoke up and went to the company commander, who was a female, and she demoted him to a supervisor of the janitorial area. So I was pretty pleased with that.
The amount of sexual harassment, or sexual assaults, or rapes that go unreported is alarmingly high. And it worries me that they will not go reported.
I think women might sometimes think that because they're nurses or medics or I was in logistics and I supported a helicopter unit, whether it was fighter helicopters or bringing supplies or soldiers. I think they feel like they're not as important as those guys out there fighting on the front line, but they're just as important, because without those people behind the lines helping them carry out that mission, they couldn't do it.
When I first got here, we had a lot of adult high school students. Once they found out I was in the military, they'd come up and talk. And some did go in, and I tell them, you can't beat it. It's a great job.
If you are thinking about joining the service, look into it. You get to see the world. The military takes care of you. You do get education.
I think everybody needs to serve. Even if you just go in and go as a reservist, something, anything, it'll give you so much. Job experience, it'll make you grow up, it'll make you responsible. Your GI Bill, the money that you get from your GI Bill more than pays for your college. You can actually live off of it and go to school. So it's your job, it becomes your job. All these kids that are struggling to afford college, the military will pay for it. There's no struggle.
And if you decide to go in and stay in and make it a career, when you do get out, you've got the training, you can go into a civilian job field. A lot of civilian companies look at veterans. They know we have the discipline, we know, we're hard workers, those kinds of things. So I always tell them, if you don't really know what you want to do and that's an option, go in and talk to a recruiter and figure out what you want to do and then go for it.
I love the drill. Drill and ceremonies, I love them.
encourage one another. If you don't do anything else, encourage one another. All right, I know I got all off my speech because I wanted to encourage y'all about some things. So I'm gonna ask some questions. How many people in here have, or I know a few already went to basic training, going to join a branch of service? Good. Now, so I have a question for somebody. Be bold enough to say it. Why did you decide to serve?
I have family that was in the military, and I decided to do the military, but a different
Okay.
branch.
She said, somebody was saying, I hear y'all like talking about it. When you get to the military and serve, when somebody asks you a question, you gotta stand up. So you gotta stand up and be heard. And if it's an officer, what position you gotta be at? What position you gotta be at when you talk to an officer? A warrant officer as well. If you're talking to enlisted, what position you need to be at? Parade rep. So go ahead, state your.
That was in the Army, and I decided to do the military, but a different branch.
Okay, what you decided to do?
Navy.
You the second person that said that. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the Navy, but that's the second person I talked to said they're going to the Navy instead of the Army. So I just want to say this: wherever you serve, thank you for your service. No matter where you serve. However, I'm gonna go ahead and say though. Yes, go Army. The best opportunities are in the Army. The best opportunities. I will tell you why. Now, it's different job skills, career management fields across the Army. The Army has the most career management fields. Air Force, y'all got a few too, but y'all ain't got as much as Army. When you think military, the first thing you think is Army. Army. Now, y'all know I gotta promote Army because that's what I am. It's a lot of opportunities. I would sit here, I would tell you what my job is. I bet you never would guess what my job still is in the military. Never. Somebody take a guess. I told a few of y'all, don't say it. Okay, you heard, I'm an engineer. I bet you don't know what kind of engineer. Okay, because it's in the thing. Topographic engineer. Some of y'all know what a topographic engineer is. Somebody say yes. What is it? All right, now, there you go. There you go. Somebody said it. I make maps. I not only make maps, but I do terrain analysis. I do what's called geospatial information systems, GIS systems. It's a very technical field that you can make a lot of money in when you retire. You heard what I said. So again, that's my choice. I know that the military ain't for everybody. But again, if you go 4 years, or if you retire, or if you only stay 2 years, make it work for you. A lot of people join and don't make it work for you. So get your education. If you go in, even if you go in only for 2 to 4 years, get your associate's degree. You should be getting your bachelor's degree. But even if you come out with just an associate's degree, get your degree. Or if you want to go to college, ROTC, that's great. Come in as an officer. As long as you do something. But get your education. Because people nowadays, it's not easy being in our economy and getting jobs. But if you're a veteran, a lot of corporations and companies, they are looking for veterans because you have what they call soft skills. That means you know how to be a leader, you know how to communicate with people, you know how to listen, you know how to be disciplined, you know how to be on time. Because we all know when we got formation, How many minutes you supposed to be there? 10 to 15 minutes early. So you know how to be on time. You ain't gonna be late. And so corporations look for that. So they want veterans. And they definitely want female veterans. So always make the most of it. Get your education. Make sure that you are saving. Your money is not easy. Financially, you gotta be stable. So when you do join the military, I'm just telling you some mistakes that I made. When you join the military and you're young, you be happy, you will wait for mom and dad, you get into the barracks, all that stuff. First thing they want to do is what? What you think people want to do? What? Party. Somebody said it. Don't y'all try to act like y'all innocent either. Y'all not innocent. All right, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't know what's going to do when you get there. So you don't do it, but you want to get into a barracks and you're going to see everybody else doing it. Everybody else can tell you, we ain't new, this ain't new. You can say, oh, I'm innocent, I don't do anything, I'm all that. But then when you get to your first duty station, you're going to be a wild awakening. Wild awakening. And you're going to want to do some things that you don't normally do. Don't do it. Save your money, do the right thing. Make sure if you're doing the right thing, you will get promoted and you will succeed in any branch of service that you're going to. So I'm going to tell y'all also, you got to have a good attention span. I know y'all still young right now. It's kind of hard. But you got to have a good attention span. And you got to be able to listen. Listen to what's going on. Because if you don't listen, you may lose something. Something extremely valuable that's being told to you that can help you throughout your career. So always pay attention to what you're doing. Surround yourself with positive people and encourage and uplift one another. If you can do that, you will be fine. You won't have any issues at all. And for all of us that serve, we got to continue to encourage and empower and motivate them. Because if they see us doing the right thing, then they'll do the right thing. And that's what it's all about. Because this, I can't say it enough, this is our future. This is our future. And we are so proud of you because we know what you can accomplish in the future for us. So always remember that. So again, I went all off my speech. I had all this other stuff that I wanted to say, but I had to look at my audience and change it around. So I just want to again say thank y'all to every one of you that's in junior ROTC. You're doing something great. You're doing something amazing. And maybe one day I will see you serving in the Army. Serving in the Army. And if you do, if I see you, don't be afraid to come up to me and say, hey, I remember you spoke to me one day. And I remember that. Don't be afraid. So again, thank y'all very much, and I appreciate y'all for inviting me.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow, because I know exactly what you mean. When these young ladies came in this morning, I was just blown completely away. And I reached out and I told them that they looked good and they walked proudly, and they can do anything that they choose to do. So again, we applaud you. Stick to it, do it, okay? And for my veterans that have served, thank you so much. Words cannot even begin to express my appreciation for what you have done, the path that you paved, the sacrifices that you made for this country. But I take it a step further, and I say for me. I make it personal, And I think that's what we all need to do. Because if it wasn't for you, we could not say that we live in the land of the free. But we can say that because of the brave. I applaud you, I salute you, and thank you so much. At this time, I guess I'm like you, I just kind of go out, that ain't what I had written down. But at this time, I would like to recognize any Forsyth Tech Board of Trustee members that we have here. Miss Andrea Keppel, that's my friend. That's my friend, Andrea Keppel. She's a strong supporter of the Shugart Women's Center, and so we're thankful that you came here today. And I know she's here with her friend, Miss Ann Carty. Just so that you know, this beautiful seasoned lady was a medical secretary, and she served during World War II in the Royal Canadian Air Force. I also would like, are there any other World War II veterans here? Male or female, doesn't matter. Okay, let me back up. World War I? I just wanted to put it out there. What about the Korean conflict? Anybody? I'm just, okay. Vietnam? The Gulf War. The Gulf War? Stand up, yeah. And then Afghanistan, Iraq. Afghanistan, Iraq. Okay. Did I miss a war? History was not my thing. Desert Storm. That's Gulf, yeah. That's Gulf. I thought I knew that part. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I wanted to recognize you all. Everyone played a major role in this event, and I need to say this to Garrison Command Sergeant Major. I know why you did what you did, veering off of your written script. Thank you for that. Thank you, because it's needed, and we're good with that. Thank you. But I do want to acknowledge two students, and I think they're now gone. They did the video for us. They worked really hard. They're with our production program. Are they here? Oh, he's still video. Oh, he's still taping me. Ooh. That's Dante Dykes. Thank you, Dante. And Jennifer Blankenship, but I think Jennifer has gone to, she had to go back to class. Thank you so much.
A poem written by Jennifer Best. She's currently serving in the Republic of South Korea. Side by side. Women have fought. Women have died. Women have served and served with pride. From the Revolutionary War, and yet still today, women stand side by side with men in uniform and say that they will support and defend the Constitution of the United States proudly in the air, on land, and sea. They continue to fight for our freedom wherever that may be. Their dedication to duty reflected. Their selfless service was so true. From private to general, these women did and still do. So be thankful for all these women, past and serving today. Be thankful that they gave so much and include them when you pray. I wanted to thank the Shugart Women's Center for putting this together, and you guys do so much for our students and for our community. Also, most importantly, I want to thank Command Sergeant Major Tate for speaking and for saluting our women who are committed to serving our country. Thank you all for coming out here today and support our women veterans. At this time, please join us downstairs in the atrium for an opportunity for a reception and to meet our vendors. And at this time, we'd like to invite everybody to join us downstairs in the atrium for a reception. Thank you.
Students, stand back. Thank y'all. Sit down, sit down.